Goodness gracious. This morning, I am in San Francisco. This is Morsels of a Thought number 1821. 1821. And we are reading from Millennial Samurai. Samurai. Millennial Samurai by George J. Chanos. He is the former Nevada Attorney General who has many morsels of a thought of wisdom that can see. Oh, goodness. And we see more than we wanted to, didn't we? Ay, ay, ay. Ugh. We're going to do this again. All right. Better lighting now. Ha, hello. I am Ying Yang. I am reading you morsels of a thought of what I hope is wisdom. Because when you can take the magic action, which Dr. Chanos says is magic, we create virtue. We're bringing more virtue into the world. I am bringing you wisdom from other people because I'm not very wise. I'm simply reading to you what these wise people have to say through their life experiences. What you're getting is a synopsis of other people's life experiences and morsels of a thought that we know the right things to do so we can have more virtue. Yay! I want to inspire you to do something virtuous today, and I hope to entertain you a little bit like that, except for those little things where the lights drop and all that stuff. That's not the purpose of this all. But we are reading from Drama Queens today, chapter 110. It's a short chapter, but it's extremely important. Let me tell you. Drama is a distraction and a waste of time. Can you believe it? It's a waste of time. That's what we need to do is have time for our lives, taking the magic action to create virtue. Say what you can say through your media when you have good knowledge, which is wisdom, and you can glean off of other people's life experiences, like George J. Chanos's Drama Queens. Drama is a distraction and a waste of time. Avoid drama queens, people who thrive on drama and chaos. They are emotional vampires, and their narcissism and or insecurity drives an insatiable need for attention. They don't advance others, they impede them. There is only one place for drama, the theater. In all areas of your life, avoid it. When somebody is trying to impede your life, realize that they are being emotionally vampirish. Vampirish? Okay, forgive. Chapter 111. Forgive. Nelson Mandela, revolutionary and former president of South Africa, said, as I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. Now, there was a story I read yesterday about, I'm going to pause here. Nelson Mandela, he was with when he was president of South Africa, he was with his bodyguards in a restaurant, and he said there was this man sitting by himself. So told one of his soldiers, go and invite that man here. And the man came and ate, and his hands were shaking all the entire way through. And he never looked at Nelson Mandela. And he ate, and then when they were finished and he shook his hand, he still very carefully didn't look at Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela left with his soldiers, and his soldiers said, sir, that man must have had a severe illness. He was trembling all the way through. And Nelson Mandela said, no, that man is not ill. That man was my warden when I was in prison. When I begged for water, he urinated on my head, and he was afraid that I would give him the same torture that he gave me. But I am not going to do that because, and what he said is, if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. That is not my character to gain revenge. So interesting. Forgive. That is a wonderful example. I happened to read it yesterday. Now, holding a grudge, this is Dr. Chanos speaking. Holding a grudge and harboring grievances is detrimental to your physical and mental well being. It does nothing to move your life forward. It limits you by shifting your focus from the present, where it should be, to the past, where it really doesn't need to be. Really. Maya Angelou, American poet, said, "It is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself to forgive. Forgive everybody. Learn how to forgive and move on with your life," says Dr. Chanos. Focus on what matters today, not yesterday. Interesting. Interesting. Don't worry. Number 112. Don't worry. Ernest Hemingway, American writer, said, "If something is wrong, fix it if you can, but train yourself not to worry. Worry never fixes anything." When worrying becomes excessive, it can lead to feelings of anxiety. It can adversely affect your health, says the author, your appetite, and your sleep. It can affect your job performance and your relationships. It can create changes in lifestyle habits such as overeating, smoking, or using alcohol and drugs. If something is fixable, fix it. If it is not fixable, adapt. In either case, worry not. Interesting. Sometimes we become so preoccupied with negative thoughts that we can suffer severe anxiety or even panic attacks. It can happen to anyone. Panic is most likely to occur when you feel you have lost control, so stay in control. Think of negative thoughts as nothing more than transitory packets of sensory information. Treat them as passing clouds on an otherwise sunny day. Remain calm. Nothing is as bad as it seems. Remember that all storms pass and worrying solves nothing. Relax. Breathe deeply and let the storm pass. We are reading from Dr. George J. Chanos, Millennial Samurai, Book 1, A Mindset for the 21st Century. Now, here is a drawing that's very similar to Leonardo da Vinci's drawing. Look at that. Your one and only life. Wisdom from other people. Discover your purpose in life. Discover your purpose in life. J.R.R. Tolkien, English writer and poet, said, "Not all those who wander are lost." Give yourself time to discover your purpose in life. Your choices are as varied as the human personality. Changes in access to capital, technology, media, manufacturing, publishing, and distribution have created unprecedented opportunities for creativity, independence, mobility, and prosperity. Focus on your strengths and your passions. Try to do something that inspires your dedication and commitment, something that maximizes your innate gifts and brings you happiness. Take the magic action. Try to do something that is meaningful to you. Consider doing something extraordinary. Think about issues that concern you, issues you care about. Then think about how you can play a role in bringing about the change required to help resolve those issues. Be thoughtful while you discover your own essential nature. Design your life as you would design a temple, one carefully laid and thoughtfully considered brick at a time. Okay, see photo, it says here. What photo is there? Ikigai. I don't see the photo. In Japanese, ikigai is written by combining the word for life with the symbol for to be worthwhile. Dan Buettner, Buettner, author of Blue Zones, Lessons on Living Longer from the People Who've Lived the Longest, suggests making 3 lists: your values, things you like to do, and things you are good at. The cross section of the 3 lists is your ikigai. Western writers sometimes add a 4th element, what you can get paid for doing. According to those born in Okinawa, the island with the most centenarians in the world, our ikigai is the reason we get up in the morning. They believe that once you discover your ikigai, pursuing it and nurturing it every day will bring meaning to your life. Now, I had a bookmark. Okay. Older people are celebrated in Japan. They feel obligated to pass on their wisdom to younger generations. Butner says this gives them a purpose in life, in service to their communities. Quote, Japanese workers are driven by being useful to others, being thanked and being esteemed by their colleagues, says Toshimitsu Sowa, CEO of HR consulting firm Jinsai Kenkyusho. Research by Wharton Management Professor Adam Grant suggests that, quote, doing work that affects the well being of others and, quote, to see or meet the people affected by their work is what motivates many employees. In one experiment, cold callers at the University of Michigan who spent time with a recipient of the scholarship they were trying to raise money for brought in 171% more money when compared with those who were merely working on the phone. The simple act of meeting the student beneficiary provided meaning to the fundraisers and boosted their performance. Ikigai is the feeling that your work makes a difference in people's lives. Philotimo. The word philotimo comes from the Greek root words philos, meaning friend, and timi, meaning honor. Vasilios P. Vertodakis, Vertoudakis, Dakis, a lecturer in ancient Greek philology at the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens, told the BBC, Philotimo describes virtues that include honor, dignity, pride, and the ideal actions and behaviors, hospitality, and warmth received by another. Philotimo, at its core, is about goodness, selflessness, giving without wanting anything in return, and the force that drives individuals to think about the people and the world around them. It is an all-encompassing concept that gives meaning to life and stretches well beyond ourselves. The Greeks have always believed that your behaviors are not only a reflection of yourself, but also a reflection of your family, your community, and your country. Plutarch, the ancient Greek biographer, said, lovers are the greatest fighters because they avoid by all means to appear to their beloved ones as cowards or as anything inferior and unworthy of their expectations. This is Philotimo at work. When one takes pride in what they do simply because they have chosen to do it, when they help others simply because they need help, when they try to do the right thing because they believe they have a duty to do so, expecting nothing in return. This is philotimo. Today, people rarely do things for others without without expecting something in return. The virtue of personal sacrifice has become increasingly rare. Philotimo is a concept that strengthens the bonds between people. It is a concept that has united the Greek community for thousands of years in a way that no law or government ever could. Greek communities were imbued with philotimo, which was triggered not by law and logic, but intense emotion and some degree of intimacy, Vertodakis told the BBC. For Greeks, philotimo is much more than a virtuous way of life. It means love of honor, love of family and community, a sense of belonging, a sense of obligation, doing the right thing, dignity, and respect. Yet, even mentioning all these nuances still falls short of capturing the essence of philotimo. President Barack Obama referred to philotimo as the quintessential sense of right and wrong and the duty to do what's right. No one has been able to provide a complete definition of philotimo, a word that many believe has no precise definition. But the Greeks don't need one, they know it when they see it. Integrating philotimo into your life, however broadly you define it, can only strengthen you. A life guided by the principles of philotimo is a life of purpose, contribution, and meaning. A life worth living. We are reading from George J. Chanos. I wonder if he was Greek. I mean, I wonder if his lineage was Greek. Millennial Samurai. Today is Millennial Samurai Saturday. We are reading Book 1, A Mindset for the 21st Century. What I notice is that I think he's married to a Japanese American, and I think that he himself has Greek roots. And when he talked about ikigai, that's in Japanese, um, combining the symbol for life with the symbol for to be worthwhile, ikigai. So they believe that once you discover your ikigai, pursuing it and nurturing it every day will bring meaning to your life. That's interesting. And then philotimo have root words philos meaning friend and timi meaning honor. And the way he says it is that it's not only a virtuous way of life. It means love of honor. I'm repeating this, love of family and community, a sense of belonging, a sense of obligation, doing the right thing, dignity, and respect. Yes. Dharma. Much more than finding work you love, it means finding work that will be supported by your innate gifts. Dharma, Dharma. Dharma is a central concept shared by many religions on the Indian subcontinent, including Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism, as well as in the Indo-Iranian faith of Zoroastrianism. In Hinduism, your calling or the right thing you were meant to do that is closest to your essential nature is called your dharma. In Buddhism, dharma is ideal truth. It means adopting behaviors that are in accordance with the order that makes life and the universe possible. You have you only have one life and you alone have the power to design it. If possible, try to discover something you love and try to do it well. Try to do something that inspires your dedication and commitment. Try to do something that maximizes your innate gifts and brings you happiness. Try to do something that is meaningful to you. If you are truly passionate about your work, it will never seem like work. You will wake up every morning excited to meet the challenges and opportunities your work presents. When you do something that you love, it doesn't feel like work. It becomes something you actually crave. Most people work for a living. Some take any job that will pay the bills and believe they have no other choice. For some people, that may be true. Some people may have more limited choices than others. But if you're reading this book, that's probably not true for you. Individuals who have the capacity and desire to read a book on self improvement have the potential to find work that they love, work that they are passionate about, and work that allows them to lead happy, successful, and meaningful lives. You have many choices. Be thoughtful while you discover your own essential nature, your own truth. Choose wisely. Chapter 117 is on strengths and weaknesses. Self examination and reflection are important because we all need to take inventory of ourselves to determine our strengths and weaknesses. This is an important concept that many people fail to understand or fully appreciate. From childhood, we are placed in an educational system that rewards conformity. We are given standardized tests and graded on a standardized curve. We seldom explore, let alone value or leverage, a child's unique gifts. It's like taking a fish and a bird and expecting them both to thrive in the same environment. We need an education system that values and leverages a child's unique strengths while mitigating their weaknesses. Knowing, understanding, and leveraging your unique strengths while mitigating your weaknesses is a key to success. Once you understand your strengths, you can seek out opportunities that allow you to leverage those strengths. Understanding your weaknesses will allow you to mitigate those weaknesses by focusing on areas in need of improvement. People are unique. We all have distinct strengths and weaknesses. Know and understand yours and use them to your maximum advantage. Now, next week we will go to Designing Your Future, which we have read before in 3 different sections. And there were lots of skills that they read, that he wrote, that I will read right through them. Leadership, financial, social, judgment, accounting, marketing, organizational, mathematical, creative, management, observational, graphic, strategic, listening, design, motivational, negotiating, computer, relationship, dispute resolution, sales, communication, analytical, physical ability, teaching, writing, language, coaching, public speaking, technology, delegation, social media, technical, supervision, networking, and typing. Those are some skills that he puts in this next section on designing your future. The first step in designing your future is self examination, and we shall do that later next week from George J. Chanos, Millennial Samurai, Saturday. Book 1, A Mindset for the 21st Century. All right. So I will talk to you again later. We're bringing more virtue in the world by reading about other people's life experiences and their wisdom so that we learn for ourselves some wisdom. And that way we can commit acts of virtue. As the fortune cookie said, knowing it is wisdom and doing it is virtue, the right things to do. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Old Kinderhook.